You think what you want. I don't account to no man.
You're accounting to me. I love you. That gives me the
That'll
right
give you
to...
no right to own me. There's only one that does. And that's me, myself.
Where you going?
I might come back.
Dorothy Dandridge was undoubtedly a beautiful, talented, and groundbreaking African-American actress who left an indelible mark on Hollywood. In addition to her acting, she displayed remarkable talent as a singer and dancer, often gracing the stage. Throughout her journey, she confronted discrimination while passionately advocating for civil rights and equality within the entertainment industry. In this episode of Hollywood Central, we delve into the life of the exceptionally talented and beautiful Dorothy Dandridge. Dorothy was born on November 9, 1922, in Cleveland, Ohio, a city nicknamed the rock and roll capital of the world due to its rich music history. Her parents were Ruby and Cyril Dandridge. Her father was a cabinet maker and her mother an entertainer. They separated just before her birth. Her mother created a song and dance act for her two young daughters, Vivian and Dorothy, under the name The Wonder Children, later renamed the Dandridge Sisters. They performed in venues such as the Cotton Club and the Apollo Theater. The act was managed by her mother's lover, Geneva Williams, who harshly disciplined the girls. The sisters toured the southern U.S. almost non-stop for 5 years, rarely attending school. During the Great Depression, her mother moved her family to Hollywood, where she found steady work on radio and film in small domestic servant roles. After relocating, Dorothy attended McKinley Junior High School, where the Dandridge sisters teamed with dance schoolmate Etta Jones. Dorothy first appeared on screen at the age of 13 in a small part in Teacher's Beau in 1935. As part of the Dandridge sisters, she also appeared in The Big Broadcast of 1936 with Bill Bojangles Robinson and A Day at the Races with the Marx Brothers. Although these appearances were relatively minor, she continued to earn recognition through her nightclub performances nationwide. Her first credited film role was in Four Shall Die. The race film cast her as a murderer and did little to help her acting career. It was known that she rejected stereotypical black roles, which limited her options for movie roles. Dorothy achieved her big break in 1953 when 20th Century Fox conducted a nationwide talent search for the casting of Carmen Jones, an all-black musical film adaptation of Oscar Hammerstein's Broadway production. She secured the coveted title role, and the movie received favorable reviews and became one of the year's highest-earning films. On November 1st of that same year, she became the first black woman featured on the cover of Life magazine. She was nominated at the Academy Awards for Best Actress. Although Grace Kelly won, Dorothy became an overnight sensation and an international star. In 1957, she filed a lawsuit against Confidential magazine for libel, successfully proving that an article about her from 1950 was fictitious. It was revealed that the magazine frequently published false information, often revolving around alleged incidents of one-night affairs. She ultimately accepted an out-of-court settlement. This case had a significant impact on limiting invasive tabloid journalism until 1971, when the National Enquirer relocated from New York to Florida, where there were fewer restrictions. During the same year, she returned to the silver screen after a 3-year hiatus in the film Island in the Sun, where she portrayed a local West Indian shop clerk who had an interracial relationship. Dorothy and her castmate had an intimate, loving embrace that succeeded in not breaching the motion picture production code requirements regarding interracial relationships at the time. Despite its controversies, the film received positive reviews and became a major success. Late in 1958, she accepted a role alongside Sidney Poitier in Porgy and Bess. However, her decision to participate in the film generated controversy as it was seen as perpetuating negative stereotypes of Black people. By the early 60s, Dorothy's popularity had dwindled, leading her to perform in nightclubs to manage her debts from various lawsuits. Her financial struggles culminated in her filing for bankruptcy, and she went into seclusion for a while. Besides her professional challenges, she also grappled with personal difficulties, including 2 marriages. Her first marriage was to Harold Nicholas, a dancer and entertainer she met while performing with the Dandridge sisters. A year after their marriage, she gave birth to her only child, Harolyn Nicholas. During labor, her husband left her stranded at home without transportation and had an affair with her best friend. She refused to go to the hospital until he returned, resulting in her daughter's brain damage, which necessitated lifelong, constant care. She carried the burden of guilt as her daughter could not speak and never recognized Dorothy as her mother. The marriage eventually deteriorated due to Harold's womanizing and lack of attention, ultimately ending in divorce. Her second marriage to Jack Dennison also ended in divorce after 3 years of marriage, amid financial setbacks and allegations of domestic abuse. She discovered that the people handling her finances had swindled her, and she owed back taxes to the IRS. She was forced to sell her home and place her daughter in a state mental institution. Sadly, her daughter eventually passed away in 2003. In September 1965, under mysterious circumstances, Dorothy made a cryptic remark to a friend saying, "Whatever happens, I know you will understand," before being found unresponsive in her apartment. The cause of her death was subject to conflicting reports, with one attributing it to an accidental overdose of antidepressants and another to a fat embolism resulting from a foot fracture sustained 5 days earlier. Her remains were cremated and her ashes interred at Forest Lawn Memorial Park. In the 80s and 90s, there was a resurgence of interest in Dorothy Dandridge's legacy. In the 1995 movie, To Wong Fu, Thanks for Everything, Julie Newmar, Wesley Snipes played Noxeema Jackson, a drag queen whose dream was to portray Dorothy Dandridge in a film about her life and work. Prominent actresses, including Halle Berry, recognized her contribution to African American representation in film. Halle produced and starred in an HBO movie titled Introducing Dorothy Dandridge, for which she received the Golden Globe Award. Remarkably, both Dorothy and Halle shared a common birthplace, Cleveland, Ohio, and were born in the same hospital. Dorothy was posthumously awarded a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame and is featured as the most prominent figure in a mural on an exterior wall of Hollywood High School. A statue of Dorothy commemorates multi-ethnic leading ladies of cinema. Dorothy Dandridge's impact as a pioneering African-American actress and her role in breaking barriers in Hollywood continue to be celebrated and remembered to this day.